Tapes being brought across for the 83rd running of the King Island Pacing Cup. Now they're just about right for the Inter-Dominion of King Island. There's the green flag in the air. The Inter-Dominion of King Island. Tapes are back. And the field is on their journey. Now standing there with Stevie Jolt. Mr. Resistor. He was better away, but he missed it about 8 or 10 metres. And the front marker, Ruby May's Shadow, stood there as well and came straight back to the field. Now, getting fast is Susie Zebra, the favourite, and it goes up on the outside and goes to the front early. So it's Susie Zebra, a 25th drive in the race for Paul Williams. Goes to the lead 4 metres. On in second place, Ruby May's Shadow, who takes the set. Third up on the outside is last year's runner-up, Captain Mordecai. Now, Stevie Jolt, it settles down 3 back along the cones early, and not a fast speed at all, but they're quickly into racing formation. Mr. Resistor wearing the blue noseband, 1 out of 1 back, and then 5 metres to Lil Dude with Attitude is in the pink, about 12 metres off the lead. The Bogues Draft King Island Pacing Cup field have about 1,800 metres left to travel, and first to last there'd be about 15 metres in the 83rd running of the King Island Pacing Cup, sponsored by Bogues Draft. First run in 1930, and the favourite, Susie Zebra, by 1.5 metres. Paul Williams overall is looking for his 11th cup, and he's looking for his 2nd win in the race as a driver, his 11th win overall. He leads by 2 metres on the only mare in the field, Susie Zebra. Captain Mordecai, 3rd run in the race, is 2nd the outside. 5th 2 years ago, but last year's narrow runner-up, an 18th drive in the race for Graham Keeley. 2nd the outside, the 3 times winner Graham Keeley. In 3rd spot is Ruby May's Shadow. James Jackowinko having a 6th consecutive drive in the race, and it gets a perfect run in behind the leader on the rails. Now 3 metres away is Mr. Resistor. It's 1 out of 1 back. Stevie Jolt with last year's winning driver Wayne Hamer. 3 back on the inside, and 4 metres away is Lil Dude with Attitude, last of the 6, a 14th drive in the race for Peter Jackowinko, 7th 2 years ago, and 4th last year was Lil Dude with Attitude. They're inside of the halfway of the 2,438 metre trip. They're inside of the 1,200 metres. They're about to complete a circuit, and Susie Zebra the leader. She leads by 3 metres. Lost the race here last week on protest. Over the crossing, led by 3 metres. 2nd the outside is Captain Mordecai. In 3rd spot, behind the leader, 1.5 metres away is Ruby May's Shadow. 3 metres away is Mr. Resistor, who is about 10 metres slow, but much better away from the stand compared to his other times from behind. The standing starter was clearly the best. He's been away from the tapes, and he's had a perfect run in transit, 1 out of 1 back. Stevie Jolt, now he's saved every inch of ground, but he hasn't been in front today. He's been buried away on the fence, 3 back throughout, and he'll need a bit of running room from there, and Lil Do with Attitude on its outside. They've left the Johnson's Quarter behind them, and they're on the airport side. They have 600 metres left to travel in the 83rd running of the Bogues King Island Pacing Cup. The leader is Susie Zebra by 2 metres. On the outside is Captain Mordecai, who's been without cover throughout, but the plugs are now out on him. 3 metres away, 3rd. Ruby May's Shadow, one of 2 mares in the field. It's following the other mare in the field, Susie Zebra, who led, and then Mr. Resistor, who now goes 3 wide. Stevie Jolt needs running room, and then Lil Do with Attitude. 1.5 furlongs to go, 250 out. The leader, Susie Zebra, at the inside. Here's Mr. Resistor hooking out. Stevie Jolt's getting into the clear. Captain Mordecai, the centre. Mr. Resistor charged up on the outside. Here's Stevie Jolt from the clouds. Mr. Resistor hit the front. This is a great training performance. Mr. Resistor is the king of King Island when it matters. Mr. Resistor, Adrian Collins, Graham Keeley won the Bogues King Island Pacing Cup, 1.5 metres from either Stevie Jolt, who came down the outside, Susie Zebra the inside, Captain Mordecai the centre, and then Ruby May's Shadow in 30 metres to Lil Dude with Attitude. Well, it's been a fine trading performance by Graham Keeley to get this horse away from the tapes, or get it, well, wasn't away, probably the worst away from the tapes again today. But he's had, before today, down here at King Island, 2 runs from the standing start. One of them was at the trials when he missed the start, many metres, and then he threw the driver at the start. Adrian Collins here, 2 back, Second, third over the line, but officially second here last week. A second drive in the race for Adrian Collins. Finished second in the race 12 months ago on Captain Mordecai. Goes one better today and was pretty happy about it. Graham Keeley winning his fourth Bogues Draft King Island Pacing Cup as a trainer. He won the race in 2007 with Here Comes Hoppy, 2008 with Here Comes Hoppy, and got the Quinella last year with Regimondo and Captain Mordecai. So back-to-back cups for the trader Graham Keeley. First, number 3, Mr. Resistor. Clearly the best horse on the island. Maybe not the best away from the standing start, but he's definitely the best horse on the island. Driven by Adrian Collins. A fourth win in the race for trainer Graham Keeley. Raced by S.A. Muir, P. Zakovskis, J.F. Taylor, S.M. Taylor, B.M. Keeley, of a 6-year-old Mr. Big Gelding from Wildwood Songster. Number 3, Mr. Resistor, the winner of the Bogues Draft King Island Pacing Cup, the 83rd running of the King Island Harness Cup. Now 3, 4, 2, 5 are the numbers. 3, 4, 2, 5. Second 4, Susie's Zebra, one of 2 mares in the field. Gallant Run. Trainer driver Paul Williams. He's 25th drive in the race. He's still only won it once as a driver. Raced by J.E. Jones. He's by Red River Hanover from Sun Spirit. Number 4, Susie Zebra in second place. Trader driven by Paul Williams. And third in the race, Not Disgraced, Stevie Jolt, number 2. Wayne Hamer, driver for Graham Keeley. Raced by ADM Hamer, is by Village Jolt from O'Shenandoah. Fourth was 5, Captain Mordecai. 3, 4, 2, 5. Please welcome back the winner of the Bogues Draft King Island Pacing Cup, Mr. Resistor. Wins in a time of 3:43.85. 3 minutes 43.85 seconds was the time for the minimum 2,448 metres that the winner went, and the margins were 1.5 metres by a half ahead. 1.5 metres by a half ahead. Race time of 3:43.85. Margins 1.5 metres by a half ahead. First 3, Mr. Resistor. Second 4, Susie Zebra. Third 2, Stevie Jolt. And fourth 5, Captain Mordecai. All clear is there on the cup. It is all clear on the Pacers Cup. 3, 4, 2, 5. Race 5, the second of the harness races. All clear. All clear to pay. It is all clear right to pay on 3, 4, 2, 5. All clear race 5, the King Island Pacing Cup. 3, 4, 2, 5. Gross time 3:43.85. That was the gross time. 3:43.85, which equates to a mile rate, for those of you that are interested in the mile rate, for the minimum 2,448 metres that the winner would have gone, being off a 10 metre handicap. Mile rate of 220.5, 220.5 mile rate. Margins 1.5 metres by a half ahead. 3:43.85 the gross, 1.5 by a half ahead. All clear on the Bogues Draft King Island Pacing Cup on 3, 4, 2 and 5. Presentation shortly on the Bogues Draft King Island Pacing Cup. The totes with the U-Bet or U-Tab on course tote. The dividends on race 5. Result of 3-4-2. First 3, Mr. Resistor. Second 4, Susie Zebra. And third 2, which was Stevie Jolt. 3-4-2. The winner, Mr. Resistor, number 3. $4.60 the win. $2.60 the place. Second 4, Susie Zebra. $1.20 the place. The Quinella, 3 and 4. Again, no one's got it. A jackpot of $74.99 carried over to the Gallops Cup. The trifecta, however, on 3, 4 and 2 returns $24.30, and a jackpot carried over to the Gallops Cup of $15.52. So just repeating those times, 3:43.85 the race time. The margins 1.5 metres by a half ahead. 3:4.25 on race 5. Shortly the presentation, so shortly down to Audrey Haber, the president of the club, who will donate the winning trophies. Looks like there's 3 winning trophies down there for the connections of Mr. Resistor, Adrian Collins and Graham Keeley winning his 4th cup, and Jim Taylor, a part owner, now has a pacing cup to add to his 12 Gallops Cups. 3, 4, 2, 5 on race 5.
Okay, we have all the connections here now. Graham Keeley and his wife Lindy. Graham is the trainer of Mr. Resistor, who is a very, very big horse. And Jim and Sue Taylor are part owners. Sally and Pete are also part owners on this. So congratulations to everyone. So, and congratulations to Adrian. I was hoping for Wayne, but he was boxed in. So, but yeah, we can't win it every year. So congratulations, it was a great drive. And well done on your persistence, Graham, for getting this horse to the races today. So for the cup winner, that's your, well, do you want to come out here and receive your cup? Yeah, that's a good idea. No? Congratulations, Sally. Sally puts in a lot of time. She helps, she goes around with Keels training the horses. She sits in the car and chats to him to keep him awake while they're driving the horse around. So congratulations, and I'll hand you over to Sally to say a few words.
I'm going to hand you straight to Jimmy, but thanks very much.
Thanks very much, Sal. On behalf of the owners, Sally, Sue, Noisy, Pete and myself, many thanks to Keels for training the horse for us. Ugliest horse I've had in my place. Goes pretty well. Special thanks to Adrian for his top drive. It's easier to win than drive straight to the airport. Poor old Keels, he's been suffering a bit lately. He got a bit of gout, but he still kept at it and got the horse to the line for us. So well done, Keels. I don't think I can say much more, except I do know that it's the first mule to win a cup, whether it be thoroughbred or pacing. Back to Audrey.
Thanks, Jim, and congratulations. And we'll have the we've got the trophy now for the winning trainer. Graham, you want to? Congratulations, Graham. Well done. Graham puts a lot of time and effort into keeping his horses going and to keep the King Island Race Club going. So I'll hand you over to a few words for Graham.
Thanks, Audrey. I'd like to thank Bogues for sponsoring the race, the King Island Club for putting on another magnificent day. Special thanks for Sel. Every morning she's up there giving me a hand. He's a bit of a quirky horse, this. He doesn't really know what's going on at the moment, but between us and Pete Jakolenko, he's done a marvellous job trying to help us out with him as well. So, and there's probably the owners, you know, they come again. They're racing 2 horses here, and one shouldn't be here, but she is. But they're dipping in their pockets, so well done to those guys. And Janine and the hello. Oh, sorry, I've got my driver. No, he's been great for us since Adrian's come over. He rang up out of the blue. Sam and Adrian and myself sort of knew each other through the game in Tassie, and said he was coming over, and I've never hesitated to put him on, and he stuck with us too, where he's had opportunities today, probably could have driven the winner, but he stuck with us, so thanks, Ad.
Well done, Adrian. So Adrian Collins comes over from Tas Racing, and when he's not driving the paces, he's helping behind the barriers. So congratulations, great drive, and I hope you keep coming back.
Thank you, Aud. I'd just like to follow on and thank James Bogues for putting the race on, the sponsorship. I can't honestly promote this club enough back home. It's a fantastic little community club, and I thoroughly enjoy coming over here to race and work. I'd just like to thank the owners for sticking with me and giving me the opportunity to drive the horse. Fantastic bunch of people. Thanks Graham Keeley, magnificent training effort, and as I said, I can't really speak highly enough of the place, and thank you very much.
Great. So the next race is our Galloping Cup, which is sponsored by Jim McKenzie Agencies, and Jim and Trish have been sponsoring this race also for at least 15 or 16 years. So get your bets on and barrack for the winner. So they're starting down there at the 1800, so they'll go around a second time, of course. Okay.
And then moving up, getting set for the running of the Jim McKenzie Agency-sponsored King Island Galloping Cup, first run in 1911, and this is the 104th running of the King Island Cup from a gallop's perspective. All 6 run. The only change is that Brianna Smith rides number 1, Dashing Devon. The 2 favourites, when I last checked the market with the bookmaker Howie Culf, is the Congo Motion number 3 at $2.50 and Dashing Devon number 1 at $3. Dashing Devon last year's runner-up, doing it solo, last year's winner. Congo Motion finished second last year, 7th. Bronx Tail 7th in 2017, 6th last year. The bottom 2 have never run in the race. The top 4 have all run in the race but in the past. And the jockeys on the 2 favourites, Jesse Philpott on Congo Motion and Brianna Smith on Dashing Devon, are the only 2 jockeys in the field that have never ridden in the race before, but they are on the 2 favourites. Mehmet Yuluchin are the only jockey in the field to have won the race on doing it solo. And he'll be one of the last to come up. He usually lives up to his name. He goes to the front quite often. Dashing Devon, last year's runner-up, doing it solo, last year's winner. Bronx Tail, Debbie Monson's won the race once in 2013 with Vila. Jacques Lux having a 4th ride in the race. 2nd in 2015, 3rd in 2016 and 2018. Shavita for Daniel Schmidt having his 3rd ride in the race. Now, hello, what's happened here? We've got a horse that's broken through the front. Stanfield Karras has broken through the front. And we've got some drama before the running of the feature. Now, Stanfield Karras number 6 will undergo a quick veterinary examination by the sounds of it. Broke through the front of the gates and only won its maiden last starts. This is its first run since coming down to King Island, not running in a maiden. Now it goes back behind the gates. It's drawn right in the middle, stall 3. And it is fine to run. Stanfield Karras passed fit to run number 6 went a very quick veterinary examination, passed fit, and doing it solo will be the last. Rhonda Mangan on Stanfield Karras finished 5th in the race 2 years ago from a jockey's perspective. The Jim McKenzie Agencies King Island Galloping Cup field is set. First run in 1911, the 104th running of the King Island Cup, and the field of 6 are on their journey. They're racing, and Stanfield Karras missed the start by 2 lengths, and doing it solo lives up to its name early. It came out on roller skates and goes straight to the front. No surprises there. Last year's winner, doing it solo, is 2 lengths in front of the favourite Congo Motion second. Shavita comes across on the outside. He's 3 horses wide on the first bend. Bronx Tail, the only mare in the field, sits right in behind them on the rails, 3 back, and then Stanfield Karras just a bit free. They're just getting into a bit of a barging match there. Bronx Tail and Stanfield Karras and Dashing Devon. Last year's runner-up had gone back towards the rear. The Jim McKenzie Agencies sponsored King Island Galloping Cup field have made their way to the back. They have 1,200 metres left to travel, and doing it solo. Last year's winner is a 2.5 length leader and keeps the pace solid enough. In second place, dropping in on its back across the crossing, is Shavita. In third spot, 2.5 lengths away, is the favourite Congo Motion in the blue. A Nectar Dashing Devon, who advances to 4th and now 3rd, last year's second. 4 lengths then to Stanfield Karras and 2.5 to Bronx Tail, and that pair are well off the pace, so it's obviously been solidly run as the field make their way around the famous Johnson's Corner right at the airport side. Doing it solo has lived up to its name, but what's it got left? Heads down the side towards the 600 metres. Shavita comes off the rails. It's only a half length away second. It's a survival of the fittest in the cup. They're 5 lengths on Dashing Devon. Congo Motion still got about 6 or 7 lengths to make up on the leaders, and then Stanfield Karras 400 left to travel, and the leader doing it solo, going for back-to-back cups. Shavita the outside after it. 3 legs to Dashing Devon. The crowd gets excited. 200 out, doing it solo, the rail. The outside Shavita, Dashing Devon. Congo Motion gets second win. Stanfield Karras down the outside. Congo Motion's come all over the top. Congo Motion's hit the front, and Congo Motion got up to win the cup. Congo Motion, Jesse Philpott and Robert Keys, 6th victory in the race. Second Shavita, third Stanfield Karras, then doing it solo and Dashing Devon, and 7 legs to Bronx Tail. All over the top, number 3 Congo Motion, Jesse Philpott, 7th in the race, second last 12 months ago, but has been absolutely flying this preparation and charges away. It's given them a big head start at the top of the straight. Must have been about 4-5 lengths off the front, about halfway down the side straight. It's come home on roller skates and got up. Number 3 Congo Motion, ridden by Jessie Philpott in only her first season of riding at King Island, the $2.50 favourite. Robert Keys with his 6th victory in the race, definitely since the turn of the century, by Congrats from True Emotions, raced by Miss TJ Muir, RR Muir, R Muir, D Muir and SL Muir, and of course some of the Muirs part-owned the Pacing Cup winner Mr. Resistor. Numbers on the Jim McKenzie agencies King Island Galloping Cup are 3, 5, 6 and 1. 3, 5, 6 and 1. Second, number 5 Shavita, Daniel Schmidt for Jim Taylor by Shinzig from Bella La Vida, raced by MF Mace and Mrs. JR Mace. And third in the race is number 6 Stanfield Karras, who only won its maiden last start. The horse that broke through the front of the gates, runs third. Rhonda Mangan for Ron Crack by Bernardini from Break Every Rule, raced by Ron Crack and Mrs. W.J. Crack. Fourth was won last year's second Dashing Devon, and they went clear from Doing It Solo, who was 5th, but just got tired, just went too hard in front, and Bronx Tail was well beaten off the mare. Obviously still needs a little bit more further in distance. So the result on the cup, 3, 5, 6 and 1, 3, 5, 6, fourth number 1. The time for the 1800 metres is 1:52.6. 1:52.6 is the time, which is 1.7 or so, 1.6, 1.7 seconds off the track record for the 1800 metres on a good 4 track today. So the track a couple of seconds off the track record, about a second and a half or so, 1.7 seconds off the track record, 1:52.6 the time, and the margins were a length by a half a neck. A length by a half a neck the margins, 1:52.6 the time, 1 by a half a neck. Runners return after the running of the 104th King Island Cup. We await correct weight or otherwise 3, 5, 6 and 1. Correct weight is there on the cup. Correct weight 3, 5, 6, 1. Correct weight race 6. The Jim McKenzie Agency's King Island Galloping Cup. It is correct weight. Correct weight, right to pay. It is all clear to pay on the race 6, the Galloping Cup. Correct weight 3, 5, 6 and 1. The time 1:52.6. 1:52.6 the time. Margins 1 length by a half a neck. 1 by a half neck the margins. 1:52.6 the time. Correct weight, right to pay. Race 6, the Galloping Cup. 3, 5, 6 and 1.
Wow, what an exciting cup. Great to see the hill just absolutely roar to bring these horses home. We need to get someone down the bottom of the hill to video the crowd, because it's just, yeah, it makes your throat tight. It's great to see that everyone's really enjoying it. Congratulations to Codge and Jody once again for winning the King Island Jim McKenzie's Agency Galloping Cup for 2019. Congratulations to Tammy and all the Muir family. They're the owners of this horse. So I'd like to hand you over to Jim McKenzie, who's been sponsoring this race for at least 15 years. Thanks, Jim and Trish.
Thank you, Audrey. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I should probably say thank you to Madam President, the Racing Committee. I'd like to take this opportunity to wish one and all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and the compliments of the season to you all. And as Audrey said earlier in the day, just take it careful going home. If you get over the first 500 yards, you're all right. Yep. Oh, you're right. I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate the King Island Race Club for all their efforts getting together another racing season. Those of you that have been coming for all these years notice that it gets harder and harder, and when we look around, there's too many of the mid-age, older generation holding all the work, and really what we need is some vigorous youngsters to come aboard with and getting involved with the race season, because unless they do, it's going to be really tough times. So I do encourage any of the young men and women on King Island that are interested in horses to come on board with King Island Racing and try and get hold of somebody that maybe can help fund it for them. But we're certainly in need of some horses. I'd like to then first of all congratulate the connections of the winning horse, the Muir family. I'd also like to congratulate the trainer Codge, and I know I'd have to congratulate Jodie because she probably does all the work, and I'd like to certainly congratulate the jockey Jesse, who has had a double here today and rode the horse beautifully. I'm not really a picker of race horses, but I didn't know who was going to win about 200 yards from home, and I thought she just burst through the middle there, and it was a lovely win and a great race from the competitors with her. I thank you.
Don't know what to say. Thanks Jim and Trish, Jim McKenzie Agencies sponsoring the race. Well done, Jess. Rode him a treat. Proud of you. Codge, he's been a good mate of mine forever. Just thrilled to win this cup with Codge. He does a great job. The whole team out there. We really like to thank everyone out there. As I said, they do an awesome job. My sister Tammy, she does a lot of work behind the scenes. She looks after the horses in the off season. Yeah, thanks so much, Tam. On behalf of Dave, Rob, Scotty, yeah, we just like to thank everyone. Thank the King Island Race Club. They do an awesome job. And yeah, let the fun begin.
Thanks, Ronald. Now we'll just get Jim and Trish to hand the trophy over to the winning trainer and to the winning jockey for a great ride and great training.
Hey, yes, thank you, Jim and Trish. Thank you for the sponsorship. Once again, without sponsorship, racing doesn't happen. That's probably more important than some of the people that do the jobs. Without sponsorship, there's no job. Yeah, well, Ronald, Tammy, the crew, well done. It's been a couple of hard yards, but we finally got there. To Jess, well, she put her hand up to come over. It always takes a bit to find a jockey, and she was brave enough to have a crack. And yeah, thank you very much. She heard me at the back. She was in a bit of trouble, but she got a wriggle on and got home. So, yeah, great ride. To the Gunya crew, well, what can you say? We're average age of 75, I think. And we still get them there. And, yeah, it's a pleasure to be dealing with it. And, yeah, and to Jodie, well, yeah, she does a lot that people don't know either. So thank you to her for putting up with me. Sammy and Chloe, pity Chloe wasn't here, but Sam was here today. Thank you very much. And yeah, all I can say is thank you, because I was nervous as shit this morning.
So now we'll just give Trish to hand the trophy to Jessie Philpott for a great ride. And Jessie would love to say a few words.
Thanks, Audrey. I'd first of all definitely like to thank the sponsorships. Obviously, like Codge said, it wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. And the day's great. It's turned out really well, and I'm very happy to be a part of King Island races.
Thanks once again to everybody involved. And now we'll finally have a photo taken with the horse, and then Tammy can take it back.
And if you back the winner Congo Motion on the on-course tote, you get 11 to 10, $2.10 about the winner. Number 3 Congo Motion on the running of the King Island Cup, race number 6 on New Year's Day at King Island, the 1st of January. The King Island Cup, the feature, the result 356. First 3 Congo Motion, $2.10 to win, $1.70 to place. Second number 5 Shavita, $1.30 to place, and third 6 Stanfield Caris, no dividend. Quinella $30.40 on 3 and 5. Trifecta $22.90, so no jackpots in the running of the Galloping Cup. 356 on.